Hello, welcome to Greek Verse a Day. Today we are translating a nice short verse from Revelation, namely Revelation 2:25. As a reminder to our context, what's happening in the book of Revelation, right now we have Jesus encouraging those in the church at Thyatira who have not followed the teaching of Jezebel. So there was a nice long rebuke previously in chapter 2 that was rebuking those who had followed that teaching. And then we moved in the last verse into an admonition to those who had not followed that teaching. And we get a little bit more of that here in this nice short verse. So you are working from your Reader's Edition, looking to the screen for help. Let's go ahead and do a slow reading of our short verse and then a bit faster of a reading. Plain ha ekete kratesate akris hu on hexo. One more time, a little bit faster. Plain ha ekete kratesate akris hu on hexo. So go ahead and pause the video here and see what you can make of this nice short verse. Remember, short does not always necessarily mean easier when it comes to Greek translation. All right, so the way that I want to start out here is by getting our most main part of the sentence out there. The thing that we should always be looking for first in any clause or sentence is going to be the main verb in the sentence. And in this case, it's going to be kratesate. And this verb is going to be an aorist active imperative. Remember, the imperative is the mood of command, telling someone or someones in this case to do something. And it's someone's in this case because it's a second person plural, and it's from krateo, which means to hold or to grasp. So this is going to be our main verb in the sentence. So because it's a command and it's second person plural, the command is you all grasp or you all hold to. And so what is held to, and this is where things are a little bit tricky in this sentence, is that this whole relative clause here is going to be the object of what is held to. So this ha right here is a relative pronoun. Notice our rough breathing mark on it. Remember, rough relative, rough relative. So it looks sort of like the definite article, but it's not the definite article because we have the rough breathing mark and the accent that's going with it. So that's going to be the difference between the relative pronoun, which we have right here, and the and the definite article, which would just be ha without any accent. So we have the rough breathing mark and the accent. And so here we have this, by this form, it could be a nominative or an accusative neuter singular. And in this case, the context lets us know that it is a neuter singular because the subject of the sentence is the second person plural, sort of implied in this second person plural ending here, you all. And because this is a singular, it can't be the subject of this verb. It must be the object of this verb. So you all grasp what you have. So this is sort of the core of our sentence here. The subject, you all, the verb, grasp, and then the object, what you have. And then at the beginning here, we have plain, which is a conjunction, meaning indeed or therefore. So therefore, grasp what you have. And then all of this at the end is going to be a prepositional phrase with a relative phrase embedded within the prepositional phrase. So this who here, again, we have that rough breathing mark, who, rough relative. In this case, it's genitive neuter singular on our relative pronoun, and it's in the genitive case because it's following acris. This is a preposition that takes the genitive case as its object. So after acris, we're going to have the genitive, and so acris means until or when. So sort of redundantly, until, whenever. This on right here is a small particle that we often associate with the subjunctive mood, or it appears frequently with the subjunctive mood, and it adds contingency. So often we'll translate it something like ever, in English. So until whenever hexo, and you get a note on, you get a parsing note on this one in your reader's edition, that it's a future active indicative first person singular, not plural, first person singular from heko, which looks like this with a kappa, meaning come. So in this case, it's going to be I will come, until whenever I will come. And we get this xi in here. You might be able to guess. Actually, I'm going to ask you to take a guess because making a guess is always helpful for your learning. Why do we have this xi in here when we have the kappa in the lexical form? That's right. It's because the sigma is added to the kappa to make the future. So because this is a future tense verb, the sigma is added as the sign of the future, but when a kappa and a sigma go together, they make an xi. So that's what we have going on here. And then this first person singular ending just added on. So this prepositional phrase meaning until whenever I shall come or I will come. So to put it all together, we have therefore hold on to what you have until I shall come.